Why do we have forensic drug testing and custody control forms in the background?
I was looking at that earlier. I was like, we need to change that image.
Forensic drug testing. Ain't right.
They did it to show the example of carbonless, but then I'm looking at it close. I was like, nope,
Custody
we need to change that.
and control completed by the collector.
Oh, weird.
What kind of What kind of sample we got to give?
Yeah, we need to change that.
Welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast, brought to you by Wensco Sign Supply, the #1 podcast in the sign and graphics industry for news, events, new products, and customer success stories. If you want to know what's going on or you want to grow your sign shop, you're in the right place. Here is one, some, or all of your hosts, Mike, Tyler, and Domingo. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Slightly Serious Sign Podcast. As you can see, we are still not in our studio here. This one actually looks more like a studio than the last two that I did, though, because there's at least a backdrop behind me. So we're still here at the ISA show doing podcasts. We're joined from some people from Nekoosa, which is the background you see behind us here. So I'll let. Did you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Mike Hall. Tyler's boss.
I haven't seen you here in a minute.
And Dad.
I haven't seen you here in a while, so I figured you might want to introduce yourself.
I'm Mike. The only person that's important on this entire podcast.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
True.
I'll let you two introduce yourself. Who are you? How long you been in the industry and at Nekoosa, and what's your current role here?
Awesome. I'll start. I'm Cody.
Get closer.
I'm Cody Martin. Been in Nekoosa since August, and I've been in the industry about 15 years. Yeah, business development. So I've got Ohio to Maine, and then all of Canada. It's pretty big territory.
Wait a minute. All the way, like all West Coast Canada, too?
Yeah.
There's nothing out there, though, is there?
Not a ton, no. No. You got a little bit.
I know, like, 80% of Canadians live south of Houghton, Michigan.
That's true.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's because it's all in like two cities or whatever.
Yeah,
So.
Toronto and some other cities.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the cities in Canada.
That's true.
Toronto's the big one, for sure. Yeah.
I know Toronto because it's near us. In Windsor, because you used to be able to drink at 19 in Windsor.
That's true. Yeah.
That's how you knew?
I never did it.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly. Man, the volume on this thing is... Rick, I just apologize now for the volume on this one. I can't figure it out. I've given up now. So
Rick, he screwed it up.
Anyways. Best of luck to you.
So where else were you before Nekoosa?
Spent some time at Grimco.
Sorry.
Way to beep it out.
I choked on that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Hey.
They didn't want you?
I guess not. Not. I was at Orifal and Piedmont. Yeah.
Wait, what was after Orifal?
Piedmont Plastics. So
Piedmont's okay.
Yeah.
The first two. I mean, if I'm picking companies, I mean, you could throw two more companies in there, like, and then they're like my bottom four.
The bottom five.
My bottom
the
four.
Bottom five.
My bottom four are those two, and then you can add two more to that. But
Yeah.
hey, that's okay. You learn, right? You're in a learning process. Now
Yes.
you're home.
Yeah, I'm home.
Yep.
I'm home. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. It's great.
Perfect.
I'm Laura Slovinsky.
I can't
I'm
hear
our-
This is
You can put it.
no noise. I don't know what's going on here.
Laura Slovinsky. I've been with Nekoosa for 15 years. I've always been in a variety of marketing communications, product marketing roles, and then last summer took on the segment manager position for our wide format and application tape lines.
I found it.
Did you hear your voice go way up?
Yeah.
That was my fault. Yeah.
Now, do I have to start over?
No. They can still hear. They can still hear
it'll
it.
be weird when Rick goes to edit it, but there's a switch on here. That's all I'm telling you guys. That's all you need to know on this. So one of these keeps getting louder and quieter, and I still don't know why, but it is what it is at this point. So how long you been here? Sorry, what?
15 years with Nekoosa.
That's a long time to be at
Yes,
Nekoosa.
and 15 years in the industry. So
What'd you do
all of
before
Nekoosa.
this?
I was in college.
Is it 35?
39.
I see. I guessed young.
No,
It's
Thanks,
better
Mike.
to guess.
How old are you, Cody?
37.
How old are you?
I don't know, but these kids, they're almost young enough to be my kids.
Close enough.
Right.
So we've done Nekoosa on this podcast a few times now too, so a lot of people are already familiar with that stuff. But for someone who's new to Nekoosa, what kind of attracted you to what they have, what they're doing here? What made you want to come on board, I guess?
That's a good question. The number one product or reason was Next Bond. Like, it's exciting, it's different, it's something the industry hasn't seen yet, and that was the number one product. But like across the board, the uniqueness of Nekoosa with our tape, and then all the window, wall, and floor products, among some of our other products too, like just a good place to be. Like, it's exciting to be here.
And with NextBond, where do you think the biggest opportunity is with NextBond compared to just standard PVC vinyl that's been out there for forever? Yeah,
well, just like, can I review NextBond real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So just to kind of like discuss NextBond so people know what it is. It's NextBond's basically an adhesive structure. So it's a UV cured adhesive. Now, I want people to know that does not mean you have to cure it yourself. We do that part within our manufacturing. So think of it as like we take the adhesive, put it on the liner, and run it through UV lamps. It's cured, and then we put the face film on top. The product's done. So the adhesive is green, it's more durable, and it costs less money than a standard like 5-year solvent product. Yeah.
What shops are you seeing that are mostly converting over to NextBond from a traditional vinyl that you guys have seen?
I think the biggest opportunity and things that we've seen shift like quickly are high bond opaque product, which is a cold weather install down to minus 10 degrees. It's 99.5% opaque, so it's blockout product. And then low surface energy brick applications. So it's kind of like an all-encompassing product with one SKU, and it allows shops to reduce what they have on the floor, right? So that's been the biggest one. And then our overlams to go with that, and our mounting films. So our mounting films are PET based, and with a NextBond adhesive, it makes a 100% green product on a mounting film. There's nothing else out there like that.
Are you seeing most of them moving to it because it's green or because of the application process?
I would say like multifaceted. The green, typically when you hear green, the price is way up here, right? So people look at that and say, never mind. This is different because I can say this is a greener product that actually costs less money. So that's just like a win. But the big reason is like the durability of the product. So from the high bond opaque to our standard stuff, it prints just as well as everything else, if not better, but it's a more durable, stronger adhesive point that's clean, and which makes it really nice alternative.
It is nice, a green product that's cheaper because, well, there's only one green I care about. And it usually has a president's face on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So if it can be both, then I can care about both greens. But if it can't be both, I only care about one green.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
the president's face green.
So, I mean, we've talked about this for probably, we talked about this on the last time we did this episode, but we're forever, it's been like, oh, we have a green product. And it's like you said, the price has always been higher for that green product. And our follow-up question was, like, okay, what else? Like, I don't just want it to be green. Like, you can make the same products green. Okay, great. If they're more expensive, then it's like, that's to a degree is good. But for the most part, people are like, well, I already used the other one. I know it works. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to move over to it for this one reason. So when NextBond came out, that's what I saw as the opportunity, was saying like, hey, we have a green product and here's some other benefits to this type of technology.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone else is even attempting to do that, is what it feels like from our side. So
not yet from what I've seen either.
No, we're the sole United States manufacturer of the UV cured. So yeah,
makes sense
in the wide format market anyway.
Yeah. So outside of NextBond, if you've been out in the field, right, and what are you seeing as some of the products that get sign shops most excited when you go through the Nekoosa portfolio with them?
There's a few that are like what I would call big movers or exciting products. Trifecta is a really big one for us. We just added 2 new flavors to what we're doing. So our standard Trifecta is canvas, and that's what everybody knows. But we added linen and sand this week. So like that's brand new this week. But just in general, Trifecta, which is wall covering, floor graphics, and like countertop POP based type stuff. That's where we're seeing like big opportunities, and it's fun. That's a really fun product. Outside of that, our 6mm wall graphic microsphere removable. It's a big product for us. I think you guys do a decent amount of that. It's it's a clean product that goes up smooth, comes down easy, can be short term, can be long term. So that's a really nice one. And then I see a lot of our static cling, white and clear, all over the place. So those are like what I would call the big movers. Is there anything else you would think?
I'd maybe add in the Synapse OM wide format rolls. A lot of people are using that as a replacement for banner stands because it's so durable, scratch resistant. So we get a lot of inquiries and a lot of people using that product as well.
Makes sense. So the one, I think we talked about it maybe last time, but I don't know if we covered it as much as we did. But the static cling is one that I think a lot of our customers haven't adapted, at least to the degree that some of the others have. What do you think of some of the, what separates it from the other static cling that's out in the market, or even just where's the application where you should use static cling instead of, for some people now are just using like a low surface or a low tack adhesive?
Yeah. Most people want static cling when they don't want adhesive on things. The one issue with static cling is if you don't know how to install, and this happens at a lot of, you go to a fast food joint and they have the 16-year-old installing and there's bubbles everywhere. So it can look rough in that sense, but if you have a standard print shop, sign shop doing it, it looks clean, it removes clean, but it's durable and stays up. Static cling also prints really nice. It looks crisp after you print it. So that's where you see it a lot, and the price structure helps too. It's not overly expensive.
What are the applications now where there's a lot of low tack being used where static cling should be taking its place that you guys have seen?
I mean, anything static cling related is going to be windows, right? So think convenience store stuff, fast food, grocery chains, that kind of thing. That's where I see the majority of it happen. Or very short-term applications. A good example is a grocery chain, convenience store chain we work with, and they do weekly changeouts of static cling, and it's a cost-effective alternative to doing something with adhesive, and it's quick and easy. Anyone can put it up because they do smaller ones.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they use, they say it's removable. And then they put it up on the window. It sits in the baking sun for 5 days, and they go to remove it, and it's not removable.
Yeah.
Well, it was removable up to this many hours with no sunlight, so static cling is just going to pull off. I think that's your big difference. It's going to pull off no matter how much sun they got.
Yeah.
No matter how long you left it there, just about. You don't have to worry about that. But with some removables, you have to worry about it. You can bake it on there.
Totally.
And you can bake it on there and shatter your window.
Yeah. The other one people always think about people always think about the adhesive layer when they're applying it on the outside of a window, right? But I think a lot of people just completely forget about it when they install it on the inside of the window. You're just thinking like, oh, it's inside, right? It's not going to get that hot. And don't even factor in the fact that the sun will still just, if anything, it will bake the adhesive more because there's no face stock now in the way of it at all.
For sure.
And it has nowhere to go. So we've for sure seen that where someone's like, yeah, now it just won't come off, and be like, yeah, that was pretty obvious that was going to happen if you've done it before. So, that for sure is an application where people...
I do think with static cling, some people get scared to use it because it's a little finicky with heat. So you have to make sure your heat settings are right because it can counteract kind of quick if you don't have the right heat settings. So all that to say, if your heat settings are right, it prints clean, and then it's a nice product.
Yeah. So the other one that I wrote down that I think we don't sell nearly enough of is I wrote the Signad and the Hystat are the two main ones. What are kind of the applications where maybe we should be steering customers towards that and they're using a different product?
Do you want?
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a big fan of Signad. We have a Signad with air regress channels, and that is like a killer product. It installs so clean, and we've got a sample up there, reverse printed, that looks like super smooth. But the Signad is a removable adhesive that installs quick, but comes down quick. So, Mike, like you're saying, stuff bakes. Even our Signad air regress product comes down so smooth, even if it's been up for a year or two. So it's a nice alternative to some other brands that are out there. I really like that. We also have an optical clear version of that, which you don't need that a ton, but it's available. And then we have a white and clear. as well, your standard, but I'm a big fan of the air regress version because anyone can go install that, right?
Nah, anyone.
Well, okay. You know what I mean. Cool.
I mean, the video can't show the booth, but
that was an
error.
That was an issue during.
There's
There's a bit of a bubble on one of these in here, but we won't pretend. We'll pretend it doesn't exist. But when we say that though, I drove
that
by.
was probably Oriful.
I drove by a Speedway the other day, and they had someone in a Speedway shirt putting up the graphics on the windows. And I've never wanted to help somebody more in my life. I just thought, why did they let this guy do this? Like, especially when it's like his fourth or fifth one, like after the first or second one, you could have thought like, you know what? We should probably find somebody else for this. No, they just let that kid just do the rest of them. I was like, what is going on?
Right. You spend all this money on the graphics.
So maybe not. So much on the, but then none on the install, right? Just whoever they could get off the street to do it.
Yeah. I think of the same thing. I saw a kid walk in with he had a cup, no lid on it cup, and he's spilling it the whole way. And I thought, do I help him or do I just watch it and unfold? And I just watched it unfold.
Yeah.
I watched him spill it the whole walk instead of stopping, helping him put the lid on because he had the lid halfway on.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing when they're putting up graphics. You want to help them, but let's come back tomorrow and see how it looks because you want to see the disaster.
Yeah,
not good. Not good. Yeah.
Really, ultimately, we want them to reorder.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for more vinyl if they have to redo it. So none of us will complain here. But special thanks this month to SIL, GFP, and General Formulations. You can check out their products at Wensco.com. But yeah, you talk about it being easy, and then it's just like, man, some people just a little bit of patience would go a long way with this stuff. But where do you, for sign ad, if you're putting it up on glass, where do you draw the line on? Okay, this is a static cling job versus this is a sign ad job.
Honestly, it's just customer preference. Who wants adhesive versus who doesn't? There's some, call it fast food joints or grocery chain, anything like that. They're like, we do not want adhesive. And I don't have a good answer for that, but some do and some don't. But
yeah, from history, what they've known before, because they've had some bad ones where they couldn't get them down. Now we want no adhesive. As much as you tell them, hey, it's changed.
Yeah.
Adhesive's changed. It's not the same stuff you put up before where you took down with a razor blade. Yeah. They still don't. They're stuck in the past.
For sure.
A lot of old people are like that.
You talking about yourself on this podcast? Pretty rude.
I'm in that group.
Yeah, that's true.
we do have, speaking of static cling and sign ad, we also have Cling Z, which is a little bit different. It's electrically charged. So it's different than static cling. But it can sit on my shirt, it can go on the window, it can go on the wall. So it's like a short-term promotional cling product. So museums or higher end things that don't want anything with adhesive at all. Cling Z is a unique, funky product that we have.
How's it work?
There's electrical charge running through it. And
how's electrical charge get in it?
You might be able to explain that better than I can.
Does anybody know?
It's in an enclosed room.
Do you have to rub it? Oh, I thought maybe you had to rub it on your hair or something like the balloons.
You have to charge it yourself.
I don't know.
Actually.
Right. Yeah. How am I supposed to know? So it's made in an electrically charged room? It's struck by lightning?
No. Sometimes though,
listen, I have to ask the questions everybody's asking.
Go into the film. So sometimes when we're manufacturing a product, you can see, lightning streaks going through the product. So obviously we don't sell that part.
Yeah.
I just pictured.
So it's somehow charged on the line.
Yes.
Electrical. What do they put? Power to it?
Yeah, there's a current running through it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's pretty crazy.
Can you get shocked by it then? On the line?
You have to be careful. Yep.
I want to touch it one time. How many volts?
Come visit us in Wisconsin. I'll show you.
Okay, I'm doing it.
All right.
I want to touch it.
All I pictured when you asked that question was you're picturing them grabbing it off the line, and the guy's just scuffing his feet on the carpet, bringing it over to the box on the other side. It's close enough to charge now. Someone touch the other side, see if it shocks you.
I don't know if it's still a thing because carpet's different. But when we were kids, you used to scuff your feet in the winter, scuff your feet all the way across, and reach and touch your brother on the ear.
That's
what I was picturing. You shake it on your head, the things. I don't know how they electrically charge it.
So not like that.
And our listeners are probably wanting to know, and they just don't want to ask the stupid question. But I'll ask the stupid questions.
You might be right, but there also might not have been a single person that thought.
I'm not the dumbest one that listens to these. There's dumb people that listen to these.
If you're listening, we were talking about the next guy that was listening. We weren't talking about you.
Yeah.
So yeah. No, it was the other guy.
No, it's
the
most
other
of you.
They're very nice. The other thing that always comes up when we come and see your booth is a lot of the window films and the decorative window films, I should say, on that side. What we see is I always feel like there's customers that do window films, and then there's customers that do signage. And the crossover is like, if we drew that Venn diagram, the middle section, super small, right? There's not a lot that feel like they do both for whatever reason. Why do you think that is? And what do you think? Do you think there's a lot of upsell opportunity for customers to add window films if they're doing just traditional signage now?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I think if you have the right equipment, right? If you've got your printer, you've got your plotter, you've got everything needed. I guess a good example would be like you're doing cut vinyl. Why not extend into vinyl effects, right? And that's great for window applications. It's just an additive to what you're doing or already doing. But if you're a sign shop that's not doing it, it's like you're stepping over that. When you're going in and you're selling your sign, you're selling wall graphics, why not talk about the windows too, right? It's all pieced together. It's part of it. So anyone can do it. And even if you're just a shop with a plotter, vinyl effects is a great product and a way to step into that range.
What do you think? I always feel like there's a hesitation, and a lot of this I feel like could come down to as well that, like, and you would know this too, but like the old frosted films, like the ones that came out originally were so bad, and I feel like when they came out, everyone's like, "Oh, this is sweet," and they would go to install them, right? And it would just be this
awful,
horrible process, right?
If you
and
did
now,
get it down, it had lines in it, like it was horrible.
Yeah, even if you wet applied it perfectly, it would streak. You get glue lines, all that stuff, and now it's not like that at all. But I think there's a lot of that hesitation. Are you seeing a lot of that with hesitation on the window FX, or do you think it's just they would prefer to do signage?
I think it's just a preference, but I also think people just step over it because they haven't done it before. Yep. But like if you're a shop and you're in there and you're selling all these other items, why not ask and see, right? Frosted is still a different format to install than some other things, but if you're installing other products with adhesive, you can also install windows.
Yeah.
Yep.
I asked, so Joe was the one that was on before, obviously, and I had sent all the questions, right? He forwards them on, and I was like, is there anything you want me to add or remove, right? So the only one that responded was Joe, which that was funny because he wasn't even going to be on. So I was like, is it he didn't want to answer the question, or he wanted me to ask you guys instead? It's not a hard one, so it won't be bad. But no, so he said the only thing you need to make sure you bring up is Nekoosa bucks. That was the only thing that he mentioned. He's like, I didn't see it in your questions. Make sure you bring it up. So I'll bring it up now and say, if you guys want to explain what it is, who it's for, what you can do with it, all that good stuff.
So Nekoosa Bucks is a customer loyalty program, and in our wide format line, I would say
get closer.
Sorry, about 90% of our wide format SKUs have a Nekoosa buck inside the roll, so just runs right outside the roll, and it's worth $5. So every time that a printer uses Nekoosa, they can just take that code, enter it in online, or scan the QR code, and they can accumulate in their bank account, all these $5 coupons. And then once you hit increments of $25 or more, you can redeem them for a gift card of your choice. There's probably like 50 to 60 different options.
It's real money.
Yeah.
It's real.
What can we buy with it?
You can get like Visa gift cards, Amazon, Starbucks, whatever. It's on our website. You go on Nekoosa.com and make an account.
Is there stuff too, or just gift cards?
Just gift cards. But it's
gift cards suck. They get stolen by your significant other.
Just do a digital one and then they won't know.
They're all digital. They'll go right to your email.
Oh yeah, that's all I need. Find those behind my back and then see what happens.
But I think our redemption rate is something like 65%.
Yeah.
So
that's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but it also means people throw away real money.
Yeah, you're throwing away real money.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you're still talking. Oh, let's not talk bad about the sign, guys. Never mind. You guys, 65% is pretty good.
Yeah.
Means you're only throwing away hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, that's true.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah. What do you? Who do you think that's primarily for on the sign shop end? Do you see more of the owners grabbing it? Do you see it more like the people purchasing grabbing it? What does that look like on your side?
I think I see a mixture. If it's a small shop, the owner tends to get it a little bit more. But if it's a bigger shop, the guy like running the laminator that's ordering laminate, a lot of times it's him that's getting it. So I've also seen where some owners was like give out gift cards to their team for like lunch or whatever, and it's basically like a way to say thank you from us. But we've had people redeem like $4,000 and $5,000 worth, like crazy numbers, and it'll pay for their Christmas party, and then they'll give out gift cards. So no one else is doing it like that, which is pretty cool that we have that set up.
Yeah, and it also gives people a second reason to buy the product, right? Especially when you're looking at two products that maybe have the same application from two different manufacturers. I think it's a great idea.
The more the shop guys would know about it, especially if they get to keep them, the more I think you'd sell. I think it's a good point, because where do I eat out? Place you get points.
True.
Like, especially when I'm eating on Wensco's dime, where do I eat at? Place of points. Where do I stay? Things you can get points. It's a good program if people start to know it and start to see it. Like, I think, and you're not just buying it because it's a crappy product, but I get $5. It's not how it works. They still got to apply it.
And actually, we've had that program for about 20 years. It actually started in our carbonless paper line, which is totally the other side of our business. But it was so popular in that line, we chose about 5 years ago to add it into wide format as well, and it's really taken off.
Yeah, that's good.
Sweet.
In 2026, G2G and Wensco will launch two new products into the market. The one is the United Stick, which is a high efficiency, affordable, and reliable product for your sign and lighting projects. The second is LumaLink, which has a power pin design that's made to be cut and done anywhere in the field or in your shop. This is for small channel letters or any large projects. Check them out at Wensco.com. This episode is brought to you by Arlon Graphics, trusted for innovative high-performance cast vinyls. Check out their newest product, DPF V9500, a non-PVC polyurethane wall film built to tackle ultra-textured surfaces like a pro. More exciting new products to come soon from Arlon. Check them all out at Wensco.com. So I have two questions to kind of wrap it up.
I have one too at the end.
Oh, perfect. Because this guy keeps reminding me that there's a happy hour we have to get to, and I really got to wrap it up.
I got 11 minutes.
Oh, okay, to get to the happy hour. That's not great for us.
Jog.
So, well, that'll be good for you. Yeah. So the first one is, what do you guys see from the customers that you have experience with? What do you see that they're doing that is costing them money? Whether it's they're buying the wrong product, the way they're installing it, or anything along those lines.
Yeah. Okay. I think the biggest avenue that I see of people like wasting money or overspending is, it's a good way to put this, using a cast product in every application. I see it all the time. Like, I'm going to use X product because I know it works, but the price is super, super high. When you can come and look at like a Nekoosa product that may be calendared, but it fits that application, and cut your costs significantly. Also on the application tape side, using the wrong product, it can make a difference. And a lot of people think application tape is just tape, but there's a lot to it. So you can save money by using the right tape as well. So I think those two happen a lot. I see the cast side all the time. I'm only going to use this. It's like if you're doing a flat application, it's still going to be 5 years. Like, why do you need to use that, right? So that's a big avenue.
Yeah. In another episode, we had somebody say the biggest myth they hear in the industry is cast good, calendared bad. That's what they said the myth was. And they weren't saying that's what customers say, but that's customers' impression, right? Is like, oh, cast is a good product, and calendared is like, oh, if I want a cheap bad one, then I get calendared, right? And they were saying that's the biggest myth that they hear in the industry is that calendar can't just do the job, and oftentimes it can do it just as well for the application that you're trying to accomplish. So.
I mean, all the products are designed for specific things, right? Like, just because it says cast doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing to use. Yeah. Total myth.
So
Mythbusters.
My last question, and then you can ask your one to end for whatever it is. Who knows what that's going to be? But
why are you nervous about my question? Right?
I'm not nervous. It won't be me that answers it probably. So, so if a shop is using a competitor's product, what is something you would tell them or recommend to them to get them to look or switch over to Nekoosa?
I know you have an answer.
I mean, I don't know. I think Nekoosa makes some different products than the other guys make, but we also make some unique products that fit into different categories that other guys might not necessarily have. Like you call it next pond, right? Nobody else has that. And if I can give you a product that prints the same, if not better, installs the same, if not better, is more durable, is green, and it's more cost effective, why would you not check it out, right? And when I look at stuff like that, that's where Nekoosa really makes a difference.
Makes sense. That's all I had. It's up to you now.
Okay, last question. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
You've been there 15 years. You've been there just a very short time.
Yep.
Who in the company is the most Nekoosa person as far as like they live it, they breathe it, they think it every day? Who in the company that you guys work with, you both got to answer, that's the most Nekoosa person in the company?
I mean, it's Joe Letty by far.
Yeah, I might go with Joe too.
Yeah.
It's not Guy Lee?
Also Guy Lee.
Yes.
Wait, we can't have two answers. It's Guy Lee or Joe Letty, or what about Sharky?
Sharky's moved on.
Yeah.
Sharky, he's old. He's forgot about it.
News.
He was that 15 years ago. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he went over to the decorative film side.
Yeah, so he's on the bad team.
He's a bad team.
He went to the JV team. He got
No, we love that.
he got booted off varsity, right down to JV. Before you know it, freshman squad.
So mean.
We should have had him on the podcast.
You should have.
No, it's boring as can be.
I think it's got to be Joe Letty.
Yeah.
Joe Letty's the most
diehard.
He's the most Nekoosa guy.
Yeah.
He left the company at one point though.
But he came back.
Yeah,
came back.
We told him it was stupid.
I saw
He
his,
should just listen to us to start
I
with.
saw his LinkedIn post the other day about what was the James Bond joke he made about next Bond on LinkedIn. That was 10 out of 10, Joe.
No,
I'm just
that was
going to be
not.
honest with you.
That
It's like
was
a dad joke.
It was 100%.
It was so bad that what else are you going to do though? What other joke can you make in this business? You know,
No, I
there's
have
not
no
a
idea.
lot. There's not a lot you can work on. So it was pretty good for what it is. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Hopefully, if you guys listened, it was enjoyable. There's a lot of background noise, so if it sounds even remotely good, Rick did a lot of work here because it's
This
pretty
is the
loud
worst.
in the
This is the
background.
worst I've ever done with the background noise for sure.
But hopefully it'll all, most of it will go away. It should sound good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. And thanks for watching, guys. And we'll see you in the next episode. So thank you guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you.